Welcome to video 3 of my Starlord mask. Again, this is all Wonderflex. Let's get started. Guidelines always help. Here I'm contemplating where to cut the Wonderflex to see out of. The goggles will have the LED lights and just have an illusion of seeing through them. They'll be wired through the helmet to the battery pack in the back. LEDs are very bright and will hurt your eyes, so I decided early on to actually see through the center panel. The soldering iron works best for tight areas to melt or cut. It's hard to record soldering since I have to look so close to focus, but I tried my hardest to give you a good visual aid. Melting holes first through thick Wonderflex will guide your iron when you're cutting through it. If you don't make holes first, it takes much longer to cut and is less controlled and very frustrating. Extra Wonderflex that's pushed up, you can remove or reuse by blending or sculpting it into the area again. It does get rough where you're working, so you'll figure out how to sculpt areas back into place. I've been using paper a lot to figure out my shapes instead of sketching directly onto Wonderflex first. Paper is much easier to fold in half to retrace the shape and make both ends symmetrical. Once I'm confident how a piece looks on paper, I sketch that shape onto Wonderflex for the main template. So as you've probably seen in my previous videos, I like to use 4 layers of Wonderflex for strength. So same technique, label pieces, evenly heat first layer, tack on second, then hammer and repeat. Then hammer and repeat until all layers are bonded together. Then add to your mold. Once the brow piece cooled on its mold for a few minutes, I gently peeled it off and I hand molded a curve throughout the entire shape. And I did that using my finger. This part was fun because it involved more sculpting. It wasn't so mechanical like the other pieces. Sweetness! Now planning to attach the brow with previous Wonderflex scraps. It's great when you have pre-layered extras laying around. Then all you have to do is reheat and cut. Again, measuring would come in handy here, I'm sure. But who really has time for that? I love how I still kept these old Groot hand templates. Comes in handy for side pieces. The hands are only 3 layers thick, but since we're downsizing in shapes, it doesn't have to be Superman strong anymore. Starfire strength is perfect. Heat up both sides and cut to your liking. There are many ways to build a wall. Building both sides will help with balance. Do it right. Winter is coming. Well, actually summer is. That's convention season for me, by the way. Woohoo! Please observe while I build my wall. I'll narrate more in a few minutes. Most techniques you're currently watching were explained in my previous Wonderflex videos. Insert musical interlude. Let me know if my narrations help you understand. I believe my videos narrate themselves for the most part. Wonderflex is so diverse you can heat up and clump scrap pieces together, then roll out into a rope, thick or very thin, as you'll see in a few minutes. I love this stuff. This was an ongoing debate on my part to cut off the entire back end of Starlord's helmet. I knew it was going to add a lot more hours to try to figure this out, but friends and family were trying on the helmet, and although most heads fit, it was tight trying to sneak past the chin. So before I can move on to epoxy sculpt, which you'll probably see in the next video, I must add hinges so the back end can open for easier head access. The hinges I made are all from recycled pieces of Wonderflex. After heated into place, I again secured everything with a soldering iron. With my mascot movable jaws, they are a lot more intricate and very professional looking. I did rush this part so you can put more time in to create a smoother and more cosmetic hinge. These work just fine for this, and they're strong enough, but they did put me back a few hours, so you know, I could have done a better job on this, but hopefully you get the idea. I do hope you enjoyed and learned something from this video. All finer details will be covered in the next video. Roughness will be smoothed out and the final pieces of Wonderflex added, such as the mouthpiece and the back panel. I wanted to include those in this video, but the video was getting way too long and I wanted to have something up for all of you this weekend. Once all Wonderflex is accomplished, you'll then see some high-grade epicness with epoxy sculpt to complete Starlord's look. Pay no mind currently to minor imperfections, such as piping dents and ledge unevenness. All that will be cured by epoxy sculpt. Remember, we build from the ground up. If you concentrate on structure before looks, you'll pass with flying colors. It's all about build-up. Insert unicorns and rainbows here. Yay! All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I hope you all learned something. There's still a lot to do, so just leave comments below. Let me know what you like, what you don't like, and I want to help you all out. Until next time, I'll see you then.